It's a whale, which I had to keep reminding myself of. Because they're big and they got the dorsal fin.
And all of a sudden the captain gets a cup. And I hear gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. He's peeing in the cup.
Oh, no way.
The captain did not pee in a cup.
Yes, he was.
I watched him get water. She's just drunk.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Who do you believe?
What do you think, Dad?
Last time we picked up our parents for a week of family adventures throughout Baja. This time we're swimming with the world's largest fish, the whale shark, before taking our parents back to the airport and heading back out on the road.
We'll be heading to Cabo, a place you really need to visit. But first, we unfortunately have a stop that turned our world upside down. Now, the system we have is called the Nighthawk, and it's made by Roadmaster.
It has these non-binding latches, which is what allowed me to get this 5,000-pound anchor disconnected from the RV.
A couple years ago, we were actually able to do a factory tour at Roadmaster, and we were able to see how they make everything right here in the USA. And they also have exceptional customer service, which is why we reached out to them and asked them to be a part of this series. But regardless of which Roadmaster tow system you decide to go with, if you use the code OUTSIDE, they are gonna hook you up with a free upgrade kit.
Right here. In the kit, you're gonna get 2 great upgrades. I think they're about $100 worth of value, whatever. A towing system cover. A new bag to cover up.
That is gonna come in handy.
What I think is even better on this kit though are these 2 new handles. What's nice about these guys is it has these big oversized rubber handles, which
these
compared to the old
ones.
Yeah, so this is definitely a lot easier to get in and out.
I would imagine it would be much easier like when it's really cold outside. Because the old handles, they're just slick and they're completely metal. And the new ones, it's got like that rubber coating on it, so you can just like grab it and yank if you have to.
Yeah, so thanks to Roadmaster for setting this up. I think it's a pretty cool value for any, not all viewers are gonna have a motorhome or need a towing system, but if you have a motorhome, you wanna tow your vehicle, this Nighthawk, and I'll throw some B-roll here. You can see some of the places we've taken this bar through. It's ridiculous. And we're towing, this is a full-size Dodge Ram.
Yes, and it's not an empty truck. We treat our truck as if it is our garage. We have all of our outdoor equipment on there. We have tons of Tucker toys in there. We've got surfboards and a kayak on the roof. I mean, this is a heavy truck.
Yeah, it's loaded down, it's a full-size truck, and the Nighthawk has definitely been up to the task of dragging it behind the motorhome and done a good job in the process.
At any point during this video, if you want more information on the Nighthawk or just a Roadmaster tow bar in general, click this link right up here. What are you doing with those, by the way?
I'm pointing it to the left corner.
Okay. You really don't want to spook them, which kind of really added an element of excitement to the whole thing, because they would spot a whale shark and then they would come up behind it and you had to be ready to jump in the water and go, because you kind of wanted to jump in and then swim with it.
But one whale shark here.
He says this one's bigger.
Yeah, and there's another one over here. Oh yeah, there.
You didn't want to jump in front of it or too far behind it. It was like, when they called it out, you were in the water and you had to swim to keep up with them.
Okay, good.
Good.
Okay, go. 1, 2, 3.
It was so cool because it was safe. You hop in the water. It's one thing to see it on TV, but it's totally different to hop in the water and there's just maybe 5 or less feet of water between you and the world's largest
Exactly.
fish.
I was gonna say, it's kind of similar to seeing an elephant for the first time, but the only time I've ever seen an elephant is at the zoo, and there's obviously a barrier between you. There's no barrier, and you are swimming with it. It's on you how far, how close, without touching, you want to get to this massive animal. It was just really, really neat. You're in their house now.
And you do have to watch out. They have their tails. They're so powerful, and they did say you want to make sure to give them a wide berth because they can't actually swat you pretty good with that tail.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
The shark in whale shark is not applicable. It eats plankton. There are no teeth. It's a whale.
Exactly.
Which I had to keep reminding myself of. Because they're big and they got the dorsal fin.
And what's crazy, these are actually the juveniles. These are like the young adults, if you will,
Yeah.
whale sharks that are in this area where there's plenty of plankton as what they're eating. And when they grow up, then they'll begin to migrate to other areas.
Yeah, so fun fact that we learned, no one has yet to film a whale shark giving birth. No one's been able to film it.
All right, there's my next quest. We're gonna go to Mexico. I'm gonna live in the water for a month.
I am down. We will do it. Because it was so cool. I gotta say, we've done a lot of cool stuff, but being able to swim with the whale shark, that's on my top 10, like, coolest things we've ever done.
So we had a great tour, definitely one of the highlights. We can't recommend to go do this enough if you're comfortable with a snorkel or just swimming in the water. We're in La Paz. There's this great Malecon, the waterfront area there in La Paz. When you go to your whale shark tour, just know that afterwards, there on the waterfront area, there's a stand-up paddleboard shop, and above that is like the best pizza and
Craft beer. We ended up going back there even after my parents left. It was so good.
I've seen lots of wildlife, but never have I seen a big ass shark right in front of my face. And I wasn't scared because they don't eat people. So my favorite part of today's whale shark experience was as the whale shark passed by me, big massive bodies, like right, you're not supposed to touch them, but it was like right there. So I could touch it, like so close. And as it passed by, it's massive, but its tail, the back tail, it was taller than I was, and that was really cool just to see this tail as it so gracefully just went swishing past me. This massive shark tail, and that was really cool.
Dad, what was your favorite part about today? Are you doing it at this moment?
No, this is what you do before you get filmed.
I see.
Getting in the water with something that's like 17,000 times bigger than me was pretty cool. And watching you and the other swimmers around me interact with the whale was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I guess my favorite part was just the damn tour. We had a good guide. Sebastian was good. The captain was good. He was spotting whales before we knew it was anywhere nearby.
Yeah.
No.
And he's pointing out stuff that was interesting.
Oh. Hold on, tuck it in the sun.
Dad had to pee. And he was going to go jump in and go pee-pee. And Jenny goes, no, Dad, just do it over the side. The captain says, do that. So Dad's over the side peeing, and he zips up and goes sits down, and all of a sudden the captain gets a cup. And I hear gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. He's peeing in the cup.
Yeah, no way.
Yes, he was. That went on for a long time. I really thought it was pee-pee.
The captain did not pee in a cup. I watched him get water. She's just drunk.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Who do you believe?
What do you think, Dad?
Gosh, she's on her second beer.
I missed that part.
So, I am like oddly obsessed with sharks, but every time I'm in the water, that's all I think about, which is really bad for surfing and paddleboarding. And I'm constantly looking in the water for them, so I thought it was really, really cool. This water here generally is pretty clear, but this time of year it's a bit murky. And so it was really cool for me to be in the water and knowing that this massive shark was swimming towards me, and I couldn't see it, but I wasn't scared at all because it's a whale shark, right? And there's teeth, but they wouldn't eat me. So that was pretty impressive to see it just kind of coming out of the murky depths and being able to swim next to it. That was, I think that's the largest animal I've been within a few feet of. But
Yeah?
yeah, that's definitely the largest animal I've been that close to. So yeah, it's lame and it's It's a cheesy answer, but just out there swimming with them that was the one thing I told Jesse I really, really wanted to do. Really wanted to swim with a whale shark. So check that one off the list.
We did it. So it was an incredible week with the parents, and we were happy we got to show them some of these areas. It was great quality time together. They got to have their grandbaby time in there too. So we dropped off our parents at the airport, but we had to go back to the VRBO. We had a few things to clean up, and we had to move back into the RV.
We were planning on heading back north up Baja. We needed to go south to get to Cabo and then back northeast. So we ended up driving both the RV and the truck. We drove to the vet that we'd taken Nutmeg to before.
We planned for it to be relatively quick. We wanted to have lunch and then get back in the RV because we wanted to be over to our next destination before dark again, so we're not driving at dark.
Right.
And so, yeah, we just parked the RV, headed into Cabo, and got to the vet there.
Yep.
Now, before this, Nutmeg, she hadn't been eating for a couple days, right?
I think we've mentioned it in previous videos, but Nutmeg was battling a form of cancer. We didn't know a whole lot about it. And we'd taken her to a vet down in Cabo. They were phenomenal, they were great, and she'd been on medication to battle the growths. When we got to the vet, she wanted to keep an eye on her for a night. So we left Nutmeg with the vet, and the three of us, Jesse, Tucker, and I went ahead to get lunch.
Yeah.
And our food had not even come before the vet called Jesse and explained that, hey, she's kind of taken a turn for the worse. We'd like you to come back.
The night before, she was on the beach playing with a little black dog, you know, just jumping around, playing, and having a good time. So she seemed to be okay, and all of a sudden, her body started to shut down. So it got pretty bad there, and within about a half hour, you guys showing up, she passed away on us. We didn't know what to do. So the vet, they had some options. There was a pet crematorium kind of deal up in La Paz, and so yeah, we left Cabo without her. We definitely miss her. That drive leaving was like awful. You know, our hearts are broken, and we had to get over to
there was nowhere.
Cabo Polmo.
There was nowhere for us to stay in Cabo that night.
Yeah, we were definitely in a pickle. The RV couldn't stay there. It wasn't like the safest area to stay in an RV overnight.
It was just a parking lot.
And
none of the RV parks in the area had availability.
It was almost a 4-hour drive. It was 2 hours according to the guidebook. By the time we took these roads in our big RV. Yeah, it was a long drive. We got there at dark, I believe.
We did.
And
we got there just before sunset, and I remember we used to call ourselves the Wolf Pack because we could get Nutmeg to howl. She was a really good howler when you got her going. So that night, all three of us, we went down to the beach. We were the crazy gringos sitting on the beach howling at the moon.
So quitting our jobs 2 years ago and traveling full time, it wasn't the most mainstream decision we made by any means, but you know, losing Nutmeg is a reminder that tomorrow's never a guarantee, and it's why we're traveling.
Yep. Yeah, we have to keep reminding ourselves that tomorrow is a blessing and that we need to live each day the best that we can.
In the next episode, we head to Cabo Polmo, where wild horses roam the beach.
And where Jacques Cousteau claims is one of the world's treasures. While we're there, I go ahead and get my scuba certification.
And we cope with the loss of Nutmeg.